Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get started this evening. So my name is Ryan Schaff. I'm Associate Professor of Educational Technology in the School of Education. I've been teaching for, I guess, coming up on 13 years now. Before that, I actually still teach at Hopkins part-time here and there. But before that, I was a Howard County public school teacher. I was a third grade teacher and a technology teacher. So I feel like I'm teaching the right courses. So feeling pretty good. Let's see. I'm married. I have two children that keep me very busy. I have a son named Connor. He's a sophomore. He's getting ready to finish his sophomore year. He wonderful kid. Teaching him how to drive, it's scaring me to death. But no, he's a very good driver. But you all feel my pain. I have another one named Ben. He's 9 years old. He's going to be 10 in July. He's my sports maniac. He's my statistician. He's the one who can memorize any stat. Loves baseball, basketball, football, swimming, soccer. He's a nut. So great kid. In fact, they went out to go get ice cream and they left me home to teach you all. So I guess that's, so maybe somebody's going to owe me some Starbucks or some ice cream after this is over. I won't hold it against you. So it's okay. So this evening, I'm going to go over, just do a brief little introduction. I'm going to talk about, I'll go through the syllabus just very briefly. I'll show you Brightspace and Anthology. I'll kind of give you a little bit of a preview of the assignments, and then I'll answer some questions. But before we begin, I just wanted to apologize for just a little bit of the chaos on Monday of, just in case you didn't feel it, that's a good thing. But on Monday, they ended up splitting 556 into two sections. The reason being is the first section, which would have been .90, was like 40 some people thick. It's just people just started registering like crazy for the course, which is a good thing. We really want people to register. But instead of to provide the best instructional service for our students, it's just not ideal to have one instructor for 41 or 42. And now I think both courses are just about at the maximum again. So that'd be 48. It's just not conducive to good learning. So what we're doing is, I told Professor Ball that I would split the class and I would teach half and she could teach half. So this way it's much more manageable. It's much more, it's a little more personalized for you all. You get, it's a lot smaller when it comes to the ratio of faculty to students. So you get a lot more personalization as much as we can for the course. So that's why, but it's not like I can just we can't just click a button and just magically make it all split and all makes it smooth. So it's still very labor intensive to split courses, get everybody over to the right spot. So it was a little bit of 24 hours of a little bit of uncertainty. So sorry about that. Just wanted to apologize. But it's for your good. So if you ended up doing some stuff for Professor Ball, the course is pretty much the same. We developed the course together. We redesigned the course together. Probably the only thing that may have changed was her due dates might be a little bit different, and that's fine. You can just go by my due dates. You've lost nothing if you started doing her tasks and did my tasks. You should have lost nothing. So don't feel like something was, you were robbed or anything like that. No, it's not at all. It's same course, same content, same book, same everything. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to apologize. So just a little bit about the course. This is definitely a place where the course has just gone through a great redesign. It's gone through a refresh, a redesign. Probably about 75% of it's new. There's just technology changes so quickly that it benefits the teachers, it benefits the faculty to change the course, change the course to kind of keep up with the times. And I will say that the course is now aligned completely to the ISTE standards, which if you've been reading, if you've started on module 1, you'll know exactly what the ISTE standards are. And if not, no problem. You'll just start to read and learn about them. In fact, it's what our book is based on. So here's the course text. It's called ISTE Standards for Educators, a guide for teachers and other professionals. It's not very thick. It's think it's like 50 some pages. It's really not that long. I will say the text is small, so I apologize, but I wanted to find a book. I wanted to find a book that was practical, went through the standards, kind of gave people the idea. I may end up switching the book down the road, but I wanted to find something that was affordable. I have a nightmare of anybody spending, you know, $50, $100, $150 on a textbook. It would break my heart. So I'm sorry, it's going to cost you 16 bucks. But it's for the benefit. It does a really good job of summarizing the standards, going over, giving you some ideas, and kind of uncoupling what the standards are, kind of defining them, giving you examples of what it might look in the classroom. So it's great. It's not just, and again, this course really kind of has a wide variety of skill sets and experience levels with students. I have some students that are very tech savvy, very comfortable, could probably, probably could come and teach my job. And I have some who are very, I want to say technophobic. We always want to get comfortable with technology, but they may not be as familiar with it. So this course should help you to get a lot more familiar with it. In fact, our first assignment is really to kind of start with a pre-course assessment and hoping by the end that you see a lot of growth. So that's just it in a nutshell. The course is again redesigned, refreshed, should be a lot of it should be enjoyable. Now the only con is that we are done by July 1st. Maybe it's a pro because you can get some of your summer, but I will say it does pack our June, pretty thick. And also here's a benefit. Since I redesigned the course, I got rid of the final exam. I made it all project based. So it's all projects that you would do and create. I also made it extremely practical, as in the assignments will help you in the future. So if you're in a classroom, if you're summertime, if you're in the classroom, you could start to develop things for next year. You could start to develop things that might benefit you down the road. So I tried to make it as practical as possible too. So anyway, that's a little bit of a nutshell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the shared screen. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to run through the syllabus real quick. And as I do this, you are more than welcome to stop me. You can, let's see, making sure, good stuff. Okay, you should be able to see the syllabus. I'll run through and just go over the sections that are the most important. So this is Technology for Instruction Management, is 55691. We started May 30th. We're going to end July 1st. So this is an asynchronous course, meaning that this is a voluntary session. I have, I think, 4 of you on right now. I think I have 20 some students in here. We're going to mostly handle this asynchronously. I probably will have 1 or 2, maybe more volunteer sessions. These aren't mandatory. You don't have to. As long as you follow along the announcements, you go through and do the modules, you'll be all right. But I know that some people, this might be their first course, or they may just be more comfortable with having, a talking head like me, or they want to just ask questions and get some ideas and advice. This is so I kind of find this is almost like the best of both worlds. But I make sure to make it voluntary, so this way, if you can't do it, it's not a big deal. It wasn't advertised to be a synchronous classroom. Here's my contact information. So my email, I will get back to you that day. It may be more at night. I do a lot during the day. I even have a summer job. So if you email me, I'll typically get back to you that evening. There's my phone number. I give you my cell phone number. Just understand that I may have to wait until the evening to get back to you. You are more than welcome to call me. If it goes to voicemail, just go ahead and leave a message. I'll get back to you. Some people ask, can they text me? Yes, just include your name. So this way I know who I'm texting, because I won't know you unless you identify who you are. I'm also teaching 2 classes this summer, so I want to make sure to keep them straight. So you can just email me if they're quick questions. If not, then by all means an email. And if it's really something very intricate or something, sensitive, where we can go ahead and schedule some sort of face-to-face, I'm sorry, not a face. We can schedule some sort of synchronous session to where we can talk and work through it. Okay, I will not read the course description. Okay, so just the book, please get the book as soon as you can. It's, again, ISTE Standards for Educators, a guide for teachers and other professionals. I bought mine on Amazon used. I think I got it for like 12 bucks. The average price is about $15 or $16. Try to get it as soon as you can. If you don't get it by the end of module 1, it's not the end of the world. I tried to provide some I posted the ISTE standards into module 1, so you'll have access to them, but the book's going to be very helpful for giving ideas and suggestions and stuff. So please try and get the book as soon as you can. As again, you can get it from Amazon, you can get it used. I have no problem with that whatsoever. And it's produced by ISTE, so I'm going right from the source. Okay. Okay, I won't bore you to death with you can read all the course objectives if you'd like. We don't have to worry about attendance or participation. Just, this is an online class. That means that you really do have to kind of, and the way that we monitor like participation and attendance is that you're logging into Brightspace, you're doing the work. I don't want to say that the system tattles on you, but it does kind of tell me when the last time you logged in was. I can see when you've done what you've done. It's this way, it's kind of showing me that you're actually doing the work. This is the type of course that is, especially during the summer, that if you walk away from it for a few days, it really is an issue because, I'm giving assignments and giving tasks. You have to kind of keep up with them because you have 4 weeks and that's not a lot of time. So just try and stay at it, try and log in daily, if not every other day, to do your work. And but I'm probably going to give you multiple modules starting soon, so I'm going to be keeping you busy. Let's see, keep on going. Okay, so the coursework policy now. So when labeling files, like I deal with a lot of digital files, like I have a lot of students. When you do work, just try and label it, like when you actually name the file name, try to do it with your last name and the name of the assignment. It'll help me to keep it. Like I gave you a quick little example. If I did it, like I said, Schaff and case study, it's just so this way I can kind of keep track of things when you turn them into me. Brightspace and Anthology will allow me to grade it inside the system. So it's really nice. It's a lot less of me having to download things. So it's helpful. So anyway, just please try and name your files. Also be careful. If you're not used to dealing with a lot of digital files, sometimes people will nervously just quickly try and upload a file for me, and it ends up being a blank document. So make sure after you do all your work that you save your work, so this way you can upload it to me. So it's just if you download a document to work from, just save it. So this way, and again, name it with your name and the assignment name. So this way I can, that you're not turning me in a blank document. And again, I'm not going to give you a 0. It's just, I'm going to say, hey, you didn't give me the right assignment. It'll just delay things. So late and missing assignments. So I do accept late work. Submitted within a week of the due date. I do deduct a grade level for it. And I make sure to, I'll show you in the syllabus exactly where I put all the due dates. I even put it onto Brightspace so you can see it all. I programmed Brightspace to even tell you when things are due, and I even try and tell you where to put them. So just try and realize this is that the last module number 7, is done within the last week. I really can't give you any extensions for those assignments because the course is over. So July 1st is when I typically will have grades probably posted by the 4th of July. So please make sure that you're planning accordingly. If you're going on vacation, make sure you have access to internet and your a computer or whatever. Just please make sure that you have access to do your work. Any questions so far? I've gone through just the standard stuff. I am going to kind of briefly go over assignments. But understand that I'm not going to give you absolutely everything right now. It would just be out of context. Kyla, go ahead.
I'm just wondering if we could do the assignment, because I do have a short vacation in the middle. Can we do like assignments ahead of time, or are they posted throughout the course?
I typically will. So if you look, I'll show you in a minute. There's an itinerary at the bottom. I actually release, once we really get going, like the module one, I start kind of slow because sometimes I even have people being added this week. I don't think I have anybody else being added, but I kind of start off slow, but then by the second week I pick up. Sometimes there's 2 modules at a time. So it's just that's what happens, unfortunately, with the summertime. You would just have to condense it all into 4 weeks instead of 15 weeks. So Kyla, yes, I will release things early. You'll see them come up, and this way you can kind of plan it accordingly. Also, if you reach out to me before you leave, I'll make sure you have access to stuff that you can work on ahead of time. So this way you can kind of plan that out. Just reach out to me when you're getting ready to leave, like probably about a week before you leave, I guess is the best way to do it. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go over. So there's 7 assignments for the course, and I find them more manageable because there's no final exam anymore, so it makes life a little bit easier. All right, so the first assignment is called I call it professional growth. It's a pre-course, post-course self-assessment. Now it's done in 2 parts. The very first part is not graded. I'm just asking you, it's kind of like a good instructional tool for me to use. So this way I can kind of get to know you and how comfortable you are with using technology. You're going to submit the pre-course into Brightspace. Now, at the end of the course, by July 1st, you're going to submit to me the post-course into Anthology. So and again, I'll make sure that those directions are written clearly to where you understand exactly where to do it. So this way you are able to compare the pre-course and post-course, and then also write up a reflection of like how you grew, what you still need to grow in, like some ideas for the future, what you can do to keep on growing using technology in the classroom, stuff like that. So assignment 1, you kind of start part 1 this week. It's not going to take you long. It'll probably take you 5 minutes to complete and upload it to Brightspace. I'm not going to grade it until the very end of the course. So don't be nervous that I put it up there. I'm going to read them all, but I'm not going to grade them until the very final week, because that's when it's going to be, the points are going to be done. The assignment's technically going to be over then. So it's kind of like a 2-parter, but you get graded at the very end. All right, so any questions on assignment number 1? Okay. Assignment number 2 is, and again, you'll see these ISTE Educator 1, ISTE Educator 2, ISTE Educator 3. I've actually aligned all the assignments to each of the ISTE standards. So when you do number 1, this professional learning, the professional goals and stuff, that's what ISTE standard number 1's about. It's about you growing as a learner. And then also as a leader, you actually get to select some of your digital tools to kind of explore and think about how to use them in the classroom. So assignment number 2 is digital tool search log. I actually have you go out and find digital tools, evaluate them, and consider them for use in the classroom. So you'll go through, you'll find them, you'll consider them, you'll think about how you might use them. You'll vet them, as in you'll think, are these good or these bad? How might you use them in the classroom? I also ask you some reflective questions. I'll go over the assignments a little bit more thoroughly as we get going. Now, number 2 is going to be actually submitted to Anthology, which I'll show you in a few minutes what Anthology looks like. Anthology is the e-portfolio. Sometimes people call it chalk and wire. So so Anthology purchased chalk and wire. So I'm still using some old outdated terminology, but it's still even called chalk and wire in the system. So if you hear Anthology, if you hear chalk and wire, they're the same thing. And I'll talk about that in a minute about the policy. So most of these assignments, all the rest of these assignments are all submitted into Anthology. You may have to interact a little bit in Brightspace to do a task, but eventually you will finish and you will actually submit work to Anthology. Let me go back up here. So you'll do a search log, and again, that's all about module 2. So each one of these assignments is associated with a module. So 7 modules, 7 assignments. I try to make it as easy to follow and navigate, because I've been in courses that have been really just weird to navigate, and it really makes the learning experience less flattering. So what I end up doing is I structure my courses to where it's kind of easy to navigate. It's easy to go through the flow of the course and know exactly where to put things. So let me keep going. So assignment 3, you're actually going to explore digital citizenship. I actually have you explore a law or policy, something like FERPA or the Children's Internet Protection Act. You get to select what law or policy that's associated with digital citizenship and law and policy associated with technology in schools. You get to create your own presentation. You don't have to present it to anybody, but you're going to develop it thinking with the stakeholder in mind. You'll develop it. You'll do a little bit of research. It'll walk you through exactly what the expectations are for the assignment. And as you can see, I even tell you where to put things at. The assignment is found in the portfolio. So it even says e-portfolio. Assignment 4 is going to get you to actually participate in an online discussion. You're actually going to use Brightspace. And it's just using Brightspace for a discussion is part 1. I'm actually going to get you to explore some fundamental components of computer science and computational thinking. And if you don't know what that is, it's nothing to worry about, nothing scary. You probably see a lot more kids doing code.org and programming in Scratch and doing a lot of fun things. You're going to get to experience that, but I don't expect you to be some sort of master coder or hacker or anything like that. It's about exploring the tools and the computer science fundamentals. So it's a lot of fun. I get you to do tasks, explore something. And the thing is, I give you lots of options on how to explore those and do them. So if you're not extremely comfortable, you can choose one route that'll make, or if you're extremely comfortable, you can choose another route. So I try to differentiate the experience for you. So you get to build something, and then you also get to talk about what you built. A lot of times it's almost like a proud mother or father moment where they get to talk about the projects they've created. So it's fun. You also get to do a little bit of screencasting. So you'll actually get to record yourself doing things online. So it's a lot of fun. Again, it's a lot of exploration. So that's assignment 4. Assignment 5 is I'm actually going to get you to pick a digital tool. It could be one that you explored when you did the search log. It could be one that you heard about, one that you just find out of the blue. And you're going to take that tool and kind of think about how I would use this in the classroom. And you would actually plan it. So you would actually do some lesson planning. Now, I'm not asking you to do a complete lesson plan. It's not like something, I have to start with this. I have to walk through it all. I have to, it's 60 minutes of learning that I have to plan for. I'm not asking you to do that, but I am asking you to do a lot of components of a lesson plan. So this way I can see some of the pedagogical, pedagogy is the art and science of teaching. I can see some of these teaching practices kind of being planned for instructionally. So I can see you to, how would you take this tool? How would you plan this for good, modern day teaching, learning, and assessment practices with your students? I give you a template for this. I walk you through and I give you a lot of guidance in this. And I'll walk you through a Brightspace module to show you how I help you through it and how you can see and experience success in the course. So that's assessment 5. Now 6 is a brand new one because it's going to help. So I have some students in here that they're going into the graduate program. Some of them sometimes I have undergraduate students. one of the things that one of the technical skills that the School of Education is really trying to help with is a little bit of rudimentary fundamental video editing. You're going to record yourself providing like now again, you're going to record yourself providing 10 minutes of instruction. It can be to a classroom, it could be to a small group, or it could be to a single student. Now, I know that we're about to be in the summer, so I also say, listen, if you want to do if you have a child, if you have a nephew, if you have a friend next door, if you want to bribe a colleague to say, hey, can I borrow your kid for a little while? I just want to show them something. You could do that. You can even bribe your significant other to act like a student for a little while. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you used to teaching using technology. I don't expect you to be experts. I don't expect you to be some sort of giving me a grant, a master class on how to integrate technology in the classroom. What I'm getting you to do is to use a tool, try and get comfortable. If you have access to a classroom, it might be best to do it in the classroom. If not, then you could do it obviously at home, recording yourself using a computer. It's a very open, I'm very open to a lot of different scenarios. Now, here's the thing. Here's where it's going to get a little bit of video editing. I'm going to ask you to record 10 minutes of it, but then I'm going to ask you to watch it, and I want you to cut it down to the best 4 minutes of the recording. I don't want you to have to splice it together or anything like that. I want you to find, okay, well, the best recording is from 3 minutes to 7 minutes. Those 4 minutes are the best. I want you to cut the first 3 minutes, cut the last 3 minutes, and just keep those 4 minutes of your lesson. So that's a little bit of like me practicing with a technical skill. If you're going to become a national board certified teacher, or if you're going to be doing Ed TPA in undergraduate, this will help you a lot because you are expected to record yourself teaching. It's a great practice, and not just me trying to torture you recording yourself, but it's also you're going to then reflect on the experience. What were the pros to it? What were the cons? What would you do differently? And again, it's not about like that you're doing a master class in educational technology. It's that you are practicing and reflecting on it. You're facilitating a learning experience, and then you're reflecting upon it. That is absolute gold as an educator. All right, so that's assignment 6. Then assignment number 7 is the using data to improve student achievement. Is I give you data from different grade books, and I get you to interact with it, and then you get to make some decisions based on it. You get to analyze the situation. You also even give feedback to students. So just like me, how I give feedback to you for your assignments, you're going to give feedback to some fictitious assignments. So that's them in a nutshell. Now, if you feel a little bit overwhelmed, don't worry. The modules walk you through everything. Okay. If you're getting nervous about recording yourself teaching, it's not the end of the world. The modules give you ideas, give you suggestions. I even give you a video guide for recording. Like, here's the best way to record things. Here's the best way to deal with your video. Here's a tool that's free that makes it really easy to edit video. I even teach you how to compress video. Videos are really big files. To send them around, it makes it easier to do what's called compressing the video. So I'll get you to compress video too. So we'll do that. Now, here's the breakdown of the scores. Okay, so all equals 100 points. Pretty easy. There's the grading scale. Now, down below is the course itinerary. It walks you through all the assignments. So it talks about what are the readings, what is the topic, what's the date. I do a range. They're mostly going to be about 6 days, but realize there's going to be a couple like module 2 and module 3 next week. Actually, yeah, next week. You're going to have 2 modules at the same time. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of having a 4-week course. I tried to manage them as best as possible, but you're going to be busy for the next month. I apologize in advance, but it's good. It's going to help you grow fast. And then I also even tell you when things are due. So I even put in the due dates as well. You'll see module 4 and I think module 5 are done. No, actually it's module 4. I did the computational thinking and kind of screencasting. I give you 6 days to do that all. So this way, then you can focus in. And the reason why I put module 5 and module 6 together is you may take the digital learning activity that you're planning for. You might want to plan that and also then record it. You don't have to, but it's what I call the 2 birds with 1 stone, because people will take the digital enriched learning activity. They'll actually just record them actually teaching it. So it's not by any chance a perfect model, but it's pretty cool because you get to plan it and then you actually get to teach it either to a simulated class, or again, you could bribe a significant other or something like that to act like a student. And again, the guide will walk you through everything. And then finally, at the very end is module 7. I try and give you that. Now, you'll notice at the very end of the course, I get you to do the professional growth, the post course. Again, that's not a very long assignment either. It's just kind of like, it's almost like a course evaluation, but focusing on you and not me. So it's more like a self-evaluation. Don't worry, you'll still evaluate me, but this is more of like evaluating how you've grown in the last month. Okay. So any questions on the course schedule? Well, okay. I know it's a lot and I know I'm asking a lot, but it's 4 weeks. But it's and I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is a lot more manageable than the previous course. There used to be a lot of activities, a lot of assignments. I've now just really focused on grading just the assignments. So there's 7 assignments that should make life easier. And again, this little course assessment due date will help you a lot. If it's definitely like a lot of people say, well, when are things due? It's right here. So I put it right here and I even give you the dates. Although, and everything in here is submitted to Anthology, everything. You may have to interact in Brightspace first. Like an online discussion, Anthology doesn't have a really good type of discussion format. It doesn't really do that. So what I have you do is I actually have you copy and paste what you've said online into a document. Again, that'll come up with module 4. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I plan and structure the course to where if you follow the directions, it should be fairly smooth. Okay, there is an honor code. I'll let you read that yourself. There is an integrity statement that you should be putting on to your document where it says signature. Just copy and paste it at the very end, and that's fine. And again, if you forget it, I'm not going to take points off or anything like that. Where it says signature, you can just type your name and that will count as a digital signature. Before I go any further, and again, a lot of these are just policies. If anybody has a disability, they can reach out to the Director of Accessibility and Health Promotion. You're more than welcome to reach out to that office and talk to them about accommodations. Okay, unless I hear back from that office, I can't really give extensive accommodations. I don't think we'll have any emergencies. There's no snow, I hope. Okay, so the portfolio. So let me talk about Anthology a bit. So Anthology, the School of Education has been using Anthology for about 16 or 17 years. We've been using it a long time. It is our assessment platform. It is our data warehouse. Now, it is separate from Notre Dame in that it is an account that you actually purchase one time for $150. That's going to be used throughout your entire School of Education experience, whether you're an undergraduate or a graduate. Now, we've automated it to where it becomes very easy to order. Let's see. Kyla, you said you have Anthology now, I think. Okay. Margaret, were you able to purchase Anthology? Cool. Okay. Awesome. So,
Wait a minute.
Somebody say, wait a minute. Oh, I thought I heard something. Sorry. Maybe it was
I just said it's new to me. I've never taken on online class. So.
Okay. So Is it Gary?
It's Lewis.
Okay. So Lewis, just to kind of go over, so the ePortfolio is a school of education assessment platform. What we do is massive common assessments we use that for assessments, grading, and it also gives you feedback. What you have to do is there's a one-time fee to purchase it, and the directions are all here: how to pay for it online, how to gain access to it. It's all kind of outlined here in the portfolio. I also I'll show you how to also I provide training materials, so this way you can develop your e-portfolio and prepare for it. So I'll show you the module when I go to Brightspace. So Lewis,
the
it's
thing and the anthology are the same thing.
yes. So let me you may have missed that, may have come in. So anthology, e-portfolio, Chalk and Wire, they're actually the same thing. So Chalk and Wire was purchased by Anthology. Same technology, same tool. It's just they got acquired. So it's, again, same thing. And if you hear the term e-portfolio, it's the same thing. So it's not like three different tools. Brightspace is the learning management system. It's where I give you all the learning activities and stuff like that. But I have to have you do the assessments. I get you to submit them into Anthology. And if it gets confusing having two different tools, again, I tell you exactly where to submit things in my course announcements and also in the directions and also on the syllabus. So I try to tell you exactly where to put things when you have to submit them. This course, luckily, all 7 assignments eventually go into Anthology. So just know that you're spending $150 one time for 5 years. You're going to use it in this course 7 times. So it's not like you're purchasing it and you're wasting your money. So hopefully, Lewis, did that explain things a little bit better?
Yeah, I appreciate the basic thing. Let's keep it simple, and I get the gist of it now. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Lewis. No, good question. I'm trying to understand this from the point of view of a student to where so I can clarify things. Okay, School of Ed policy. Please use and monitor your school your ndm.edu email account. The reason being is Brightspace. I connect Brightspace. Brightspace is connected to the Notre Dame email. So all I have to do is, if I need to send a message to all of you, I can do that by just going to Brightspace and hitting and pushing it out to everybody. You're not going to get it unless you're checking your email. So my suggestion is check it every day, maybe every other day if it's if you have to, but try and check it often, especially in this course, especially being a summer course where you only have it for a month. Again, I'm just to let you know, I'm not affiliated with the technology department at the School of Ed. In the school. IT is different than me. So if you have issues accessing Outlook or accessing your accounts, I can give you the help desk number, which is 410-532-5200. They're the only ones that'll be able to help you to gain access to your email account. And even if you can't find your Brightspace password, I can't give you that either. You'd have to go through IT. So there's a couple technology systems. Just know that, and I'll show you each of them tonight. So long story short, just check your Notre Dame email at least every day if you can. If not, at least every other day. I won't go over classroom etiquette because we are not meeting in a classroom. Just be respectful of all of your classmates. Do not. You can read that more closely. Please do not engage in inappropriate behavior. These are colleagues and professionals, and I expect you all to act that way. And I will do the same thing. I will reciprocate. So that's the syllabus. Are there any questions on the syllabus before I go on to Brightspace? And I'll also show you Anthology. Any questions on the syllabus? Okay, so let me pop into Brightspace here. So here, when you log into Brightspace and you enter my course, let me just here, I'll even show you how it looks. Right now, you should probably only see, if this is your first course, you may only see one tile. And my tile is called Summer 2023 Session A, Tech for Instruction and Management, and it says 556.91. If you were in Professor Ball's class and you were in 90, and then we did the switcheroo, you're now in 91 with me. So all you do is you click on the tile, and now you've entered the course. So this is specifically my course. Now you'll notice that there's tiles on the left-hand side in the table of contents. You'll notice that there's announcements. I use the announcements because it's nice. The announcements kind of push out into email, but they also are here. So if you ever need to access my announcements, you can always go here or just read your email. I don't like this type of interface, so I always go up here to where it says content, and I click on that instead. And what it does is it puts a table of contents on the left, and it puts the content and that I have to read or access on the right. So each of these is kind of like its own like little area of a table of contents. Okay, the welcome is, if you click on welcome, it's going to give you access to the syllabus that I just read over you. Here's the textbook information. There's a little bit of a welcome message, stuff like that. If you need to set up your anthology account, if you need to order it, you can click on here. I've actually created a training module that will help assist you. So one, I actually give you, again, chalk and wire is anthology. In fact, I should change the interface now. It's called anthology only. But here is everything that you need to know about using the ePortfolio and setting it up. To order it, the directions are on the syllabus. I think I also put it in the very first announcement on how to purchase the account. So the directions are there. And if you need specific directions. Now, if you click on this link, it's going to take you to directions on how to purchase the account, who to contact if you have any problems with the ePortfolio. You can also contact me because I've trained Professor Ball. She's helped train me. We kind of train each other on the ePortfolio. So you're more than welcome to reach out to either one of us if there's a problem. So here are step-by-step instructions on how to set up the ePortfolio. And there's also directions on how to access and turn in assignments and all that other stuff. Okay. Let me hit the back button. Now, if you really want a video tutorial, I recorded a 9-minute video of me starting and creating my own account. Let's see, I get an account, I set up an account, I go through and build my own portfolios, I create them, I also submit work in them. So if you want to see a video of me submitting it, it's all there for you. Okay, so that's the ePortfolio. Now I'll go into the ePortfolio directly. This is Brightspace still. So Brightspace is really about, I give you all the tech, I give you all the resources, all the documents, I can even show you where I can give grades. If you go up here to where it says tools, you can click on grades, and I keep a running record of grades up here so you can actually access the grade book. Now, if you look, there's module 1 is right here. So this is what you're working on right now. Each module has a module overview, has objectives, it has a plan. Now, this plan is a step-by-step set of instructions on everything. It tells you what videos to watch. It tells you what to read. And it also goes over the assignments. It tells you exactly what to do and where to submit them. The module plan is going to be your best friend. It's going to walk you through everything. If it's not a link, you can click back over here and go through the modules and go through. Here's the video. If you click on this, it's going to take you right to watch the video. You can hit play here, or you can watch it on YouTube directly. I also, if you get tired of my nasally voice, again, I'm sorry, it's a nasally voice. I have no control over it. I'm sorry. sounds like I got, it sounds like I got my nose broken when I was, like 5 times. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. If you're tired of hearing my voice, I also provide transcripts for my videos. So if you want to click on them, it will give you everything I say in written form. So this way you can see exactly what I say instead of listening to it. I've also provided you with, again, other videos, web pages, PDF files. So you'll read through this all. And then at the very bottom, you might find an assignment. Okay, so here's the assignment, and it tells you exactly what to do. If you click on these and go in, it'll even tell you, it even gives you resources and more directions on exactly what to do. Now, right now, and I also try to provide rubrics so you even know how it's graded. Now, right now, you probably only see welcome, anthology, you only see module 1. You don't see any of these other ones because I haven't released them yet. I will release them when, like, a little bit before the module starts. So this way you can go in, take a look, and start to read. If you have a little bit of extra time and you want to read, start to kind of prepare for the assignments, you can. The reason why I don't release them all at the same time, it can be very overwhelming. You can also feel stressed out, a bit stressed out trying to do them all at once. That's probably not going to serve you best. I'll release but I know that some people like, well, I do kind of want to work ahead. I will release them a little bit earlier than the date. So this way you can start to look and experience it and really get to know it. And again, if you've gone through and you're like, you know what, I just didn't get it, try and go through the modules again. It's all there. It's all laid out for you to kind of structure, to go through in a sequential order to try and really kind of build up your knowledge. Any questions on the Brightspace interface? Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna, now I know that you can't see, you can see my screen, but you can't see it on your Brightspace. I am just going to say there is a discussion forum inside of module 4. All you'll do is you'll go and actually it says it's broken. I have to fix that. You have to go in. Oh, maybe because it is right now. Let's see, computational teacher resources. I may have to fix that and give that back to you. But it's what you'll do is you'll go here, click on this, and then you'll actually do your discussion in here. And then what I do is after you're done the discussion, you'll actually copy and paste your content into a Word document and then submit it to Brightspace, if this would load fast enough. So it's just, basically it's a document where you would copy and paste what you did for your discussion. Again, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I just want you to feel comfortable in knowing exactly where things are inside of Brightspace. These will appear when I release them, and I'll probably release this one over the weekend so you can have a few extra days to actually start on module 2 and 3. So any questions on Brightspace before I show you Anthology and turn it over to any questions? Okay. So the Anthology module is really going to help you to set up your account if you haven't done so already. If you already have an account, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to make another purchase. We're not trying to constantly get you to spend your money. You just have to develop it. You have to have one, and you'll use it throughout your time here at Notre Dame for your work. So let me go to Anthology. So here is the site. And again, the directions I've given you will walk you through everything. I'm just going to log in and show you what it looks like. Sorry, my keyboard's starting to lose power. There we are. Okay. So here's Anthology. Okay, and you can see it says Chalkawire arrow to Anthology. Now you see why I'm so stuck sometimes constantly calling it Chalkawire and Anthology. If you come over here to menu on the left-hand side, I think yours says work and it says my coursework. Mine doesn't say that because I'm a administrator in here. What you're going to do is you're going to go into and you're going to create, the directions will tell you, you want to create one that's called general coursework. Just going to hit the view button and show you exactly what it looks like when you create a general coursework one. If you scroll down here, so this is the interface for the ePortfolio for Anthology. If you scroll down, it's course based, so you'll see all the numbers and all the assignments. If you scroll down to where it says 556, which is my course, you'll see that there's a 2, a 2.1, a 2.2, a 2.3, 4, 5. There's going to be a 6 when I have to fix something in number 6, and then 7. So let's say, for instance, I just finished my search log. I have to submit it. What you'll do is you come over here, you click on this, and then you'll submit the assignment by going to, there's a thing that says, do you want to submit work? You hit submit, and then you'll upload the document, and then you'll send it to me for assessment. Okay, so you'll come in here and do this 7 times. You'll submit 7 assignments in here. Okay, so and again, the directions inside of Brightspace will walk you through setting up an account. Again, you have to use the link to purchase the account if you haven't done so already. And again, to access those, you can click on the link in Brightspace, or you can even go to my announcements section to click on the link. We go to, let's see, Brightspace. I'm going to click on announcements. Let's see, tools, content. I don't think. Let me just click on announcements real quick. So if you go to announce here, if you just click on the name of the name of the course, you'll see my information right here, and you'll see here are the directions right here and the link to click on and purchase your account. It's right in announcements. Okay. All right, so that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll keep recording. I want to open it up to any questions that you might have. It could be about anything I've gone over. It could be about anything I didn't go over. The space is now yours to ask questions. And again, if you want to, you can either unmute yourself and talk, or let me hit the stop sharing button, or you can even go into if you know how to use Zoom, there's a chat box. If you click on chat, I'll get it and I can even read it aloud to everybody if you'd like.
I was just wondering if there was a way to, in your anthology, they have a bunch of, a lot of the courses. Is there a way just to see the course that we're?
Oh, you mean like bookmark it or something, or make it shrink?
Yeah, so we don't have to scroll down every time to find the 556 course.
They no, unfortunately, that's the only. So they used to use arrows, but I think what happens is a lot of people that aren't very comfortable, they would use the arrows, everything would disappear, and then they would get confused and wonder where the heck everything. They used to be able to do the expand and contract, being able to, like the carrots, they used to call them carrot. They still call them carrot menus, where it shrinks and it shrinks it down. I think they used to make too much content disappear. So they've gotten rid of that function. Actually, you may be able to do it. I might not be able to do it as an administrator. You may be able to do it as a student, but I can't. I can't.
I think it still does it, actually.
Okay.
I think it still has the carrots, but I don't know if it stays that way when you come back on.
I don't know either. And I will say this, is that just I get it. I do like making my interface quieter and smaller. It may end up, the way that we structure it is that 556 may disappear. So just be careful. But there are certainly ones that you can make disappear, I think, like the SPE courses, unless you're in them. But you're not going to spend like tons and tons of time in here. It's mostly when you're finished, you're ready to submit, you're probably going to spend like 5 minutes in here, send it to me, and then you're done. So that's probably, and again, you may spend like an hour, the entire course, just submitting work in here, and that's it. So I don't think it's going to waste your time too much. So, but good question. Good question. Any other questions? So just in a nutshell, I'm going to hit the stop recording button now.